Welcome to your weekly focus for March the 6th through to the 12th, 2017. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. Before I begin, thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Now, let's see what the energy is going to be for us this coming week. We end it on the Sunday with the full moon in Virgo. Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups says we need to move forward. And we may not want to. Or we might be hesitant. Because it's a new form of independence for us. Something new, something different, something that has been untried. Okay, now this isn't necessarily closure in the fact that we are closing doors. But it could be. Whether it's a relationship, a job, a community, a group of friends, your routine, the way you were living your life, and everything gets thrown up into the air. It's kind of what this energy can have for you. Now remember that it is an 8, so that is the empowerment going forward, of going with the flow, of understanding that the change is necessary to evolve, to get to the next level, to get to the next step, to get to the next conquest. Okay, now very much I think of this card, well, with this deck I think creativity. I don't with the other decks for some reason, but with this one I get this flash of, it also has to do with our creativity, our passion. So how we define ourselves, how we show ourselves to the world. Whether it's through painting or writing or a clean house or being a master mechanic. And it's evolving that passion, that dream, that love that you have inside your heart. And that is where the path leads. So even though there are things in your life that you truly love, something needs to change. You need to open up the space for the new to step into, to have the opportunity to step into it. Because in order to change, things need to evolve. And that means we do need to let some things go. But I also see this one very similar to a child growing to adulthood and leaving the family home. And so when we're taking that first big step in our life, we're excited, but we're scared. There are fears, but there are hopes and dreams and desires that we want to step into. We want our own independence. We want to grow our own independence. So we get our own place. Or maybe we are rooming with some people so that we can get our feet on the ground and be able to afford it. So we may not be jumping all the way in, but we are slowly taking the steps. And knowing that even though we were well loved or cared for, or there was a sense of security or peace of mind by being in the home, that we know that we can create that, maybe better than before, going forward. So we are looking towards our future, and we are looking at what needs, this is very much full moon energy, where we are looking at what we need to close doors on, walk away from. Now remember that when we are that young adult moving out of the house, the love doesn't stop. The security and the well-being of the home doesn't stop. But it changes in the way we have it represented in our lives going forward. And judgment. So we have to stay grounded, and we have to use very good judgment this week. We have to look at it. We can't be hurried in our response. We can't do something just to get it done, get it off the plate, get it dealt with. We have to think it through. So it's going to matter long term on your decisions that you make this week, being the second card. So we need to be grounded. We need to, any decisions we make, that we are making it out of a wisdom, that we've investigated, we've asked the questions, we've done the research, We know what we are saying yes to. We know what we are saying no to. This is not a time to pay attention to any kind of rumor that you hear without properly investigating it. It should bring no emotional response from you until you know all the facts. We have the Three of Cups, so here is joy, celebration. So if we are being daring and we are looking towards our future, we are looking towards the new seeds that we are planting each and every new moon. And I know it's a full moon because we also have to let go. And that's what the first card says, that we have to let go right now. We have to allow closure in our life. We have to allow endings. And when we are using very good judgment and we are, valuing ourselves and our opinion and our path and where we want to go and what we want to create, it brings in this joy, this happiness, this celebration. This could also be good news coming your way. Good news worth celebrating. Now, not necessarily is the news about you, but it could be. But any good news coming in raises your energy, raises your vibration. This is a time to get out. So maybe towards the weekend more, because it's the last of the three, that we want to experience happiness, joy, laughter, giggles with our friends, with our family, with the people we love, the people we feel closest to. Or maybe we are meeting new people. It's three energies, so it's young. And we have the Ace of Wands. Now, the Ace of Wands crosses over the Judgment. So the more we investigate, the more knowledge that we get from whatever the path forward may be for you individually. Whether it's stature in the community or the home, or you want to grow a business or a career, or you want to bring love into your life or grow that relationship deeper, or that friendship or partnership deeper, or maybe grow your spirituality, or maybe grow your health and well-being stronger. The more you research, the more information you collect, the more the new thoughts start to open up to you, the more that you can step into this creative kind of thinking of how you can actually master going forward, bringing in the balance into your life and doing it with a creative flair. We have the Ten of Pentacles as the underlying energy. So this is the yes card. This is, you'll get the glimpses. You'll get the intuition or this flash of inspiration or tapping into some sort of higher wisdom of what you can actually attain going forward. This is the yes card. This is giving you, so when you get that little glimmer of hope, now we do have to think things through, we do, but that's all here already as energy. What it's going to do is give you that little flash of, you can do this, you've got this, and this is what it can be going forward. So believe in that little flash of inspiration that you get, because that's directly from God, your angels, your spirit guides, maybe yourself, your subconscious. Trying to get through the consciousness keeps pushing it down and keeps being logical. Maybe it's that little voice inside that says, but you know you've got this. You know you've got the talent. You know you've got the love. You know you've got the compassion. You know you've got what it takes. And the King of Pentacles overriding. So this is a very strong week for where we are making decisions in our life, absolutely, and where our thought patterns are going in how to create going forward. Because with the King of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles underneath and the King of Pentacles over top, can we say wow to what can actually be open to us if we believe, if we have a faith in ourselves, a faith in our dream, our desires, our goals. Okay? With the King of Pentacles, okay, our crown, first of all, is a living, breathing vine. So that is growing your creativity, growing those ideas, making them original, making them unique, just as unique as you yourself are. And that pentacle is so big you can't even set it on your lap. It's got to be straddled in between your legs. And you hold the magic as he holds the wand. You know, there's your castle of your happily ever after. The rainbow is coming down on you. Okay, and look at that full moon. So it's your ideas, it's your creativity. If there was ever a time to journal and write down things, I mean, we've really been in that energy, and I've never been one to really say journal, but I keep getting it over and over and over again. As we start, we are in a one energy year. universal year. Okay, so that means that we have started the process on a 9-year cycle. So it's important this year of what we put our energy into. It's very important because it will play out for the next 9 years of our life in one way or another. So it's important for us to allow those doors to close. It's important for us to think of new ways of going forward and what's going to be in your 10th year. What's it look like in 10 years from now? Does it look the same? Of course not. It can't. So put on that hat, that the magic hat, right? Put on that hat and allow your thoughts to go in every direction. Because out of that, you are going to see what works and what doesn't work. With the King of Pentacles, it's not whimsical. Okay, he thinks long and hard about his decisions to go forward, but he's also very intuitive, very full of wisdom, but also very unique. And this brings in money. This brings in abundance. Now, what do you call abundance? Would that partnership of the happily ever after be your full abundance? Would a good, healthy lifestyle or good health be your ultimate abundance? Is it money so that you can buy the things that all those commercials tell you that you're not going to be happy until you have? So watch that. Okay, make sure that you are making these decisions for you and not based on what somebody else says, including the media, including things that get thrown at us each and every day. We have the Sun with Temperance. We can truly bring in a balance in our life, and I think that is really what we are going to be looking at as we walk through this week of how can I create the balance in my life and also create the abundance, the happiness, the joy. Now with the Sun card, that beam of light does not come from the sun, it comes from you. You are the sun, you are the light, you shine, you are the representation of the sun, of feeling marvelous, of being able to accomplish, of being able to do. So I would say this week is just a beautiful week to understand where the balance can be in your life and how to mastermind your path forward so that you have the balance that you desire, the happiness, the joy that you desire. So this is a week to really turn your thoughts to positive of what you can do, of what you can accomplish. I would say by the cards, this is a week where the energy of the universal year matters in the reading because it matters your decisions that you make. They're strong decisions this week. I mean, we have the Ten of Pentacles overlapped by the King of Pentacles. We have the Judgment card. We have moving to new areas of our life, new paths to follow. That's our very first card. And the Three of Cups telling us to find joy, happiness, reasons to celebrate each and every day. For work and career, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, it takes a lot of work to get to where we want to go. It's not going to magically appear. What defines you? And how do you grow that bigger and better? Because I think you are raising the bar on yourself this week. You're willing to work hard. You are willing to discipline yourself. You are willing to give it what it needs in order to take off, to grow, to prosper, to mature into something that is marvelous and wonderful and beautiful. Now that power is definitely here for you, especially in work, especially in creating abundance and creating a better nest egg. And seeing what you can do and having a belief in yourself, but not only a belief in yourself that you can take it to the next level, to the next step, and really shine going forward. For love, we have the Knight of Wands. Now, if you are in a relationship, this is a beautiful time to reminisce a little bit about some of those beautiful happy times. Maybe the day you met, maybe the first weeks leading up to the relationship, maybe a certain time, a celebration in your life. Maybe it was when the baby was born, or the marriage vows, or when you decided to move in together, or when you knew, maybe it was that first kiss. And bringing that energy back alive so that you can have that path going forward, that you can reignite the magic, the flame of the relationship. And you can see where the happiness was, where the joy was, how to create the joy and the happiness and the well-being. Or maybe you're looking at trust factors, or maybe you are looking at security factors. Whatever part of the relationship you are looking at, look back at those happy times, because the answer is there on how to take it forward, to deepen the relationship, to strengthen the relationship. Now, for somebody looking for a relationship, this is a time when you look back on past relationships and once again you see the magic, not how it ended. We all know how they end, how it began. What was the spark? How did you feel? And start to feel that feeling of what it was like to fall in love, what it was like for that first kiss, what it was like in the relationship when the times were good, when the times were magical, because that's the kind of energy that you want to take forward with you. That's the kind of energy you want to carry forward right now in order to allow that relationship to come into being. For spirituality, we have the Nine of Wands. I love this card in spirituality because it tells me that, you know, you've had times of deja vu. You've had times where things just kind of came together. You've had times where you had a thought and then it turned into a reality. And so each time something like that happens in your life and you take notice, it builds upon itself and it strengthens that intuition, that third eye, that knowing. Or maybe it could be a path where you have, you know, you came through life with very little spiritual, that it was frowned upon, that it was looked at. It's still built upon you, whether you were conscious of it or unconscious of it. And it has strengthened you so that you can go forward this week, especially with such a strong psychic awareness, such a strong intuitive knowing, such a strong tapping into wisdom from God, your angels, your spirit guides, source, the universe. So, I mean, this is really a week to go with the flow and to say thank you a lot when things happen in your life. If you are running late for work and you go, well, please let all the lights be green, and they are, say thank you when you get to work on time, or just a couple minutes late instead of 20 minutes late. If you're thinking about somebody that you wanted to talk to and you haven't seen in a long time and they appear in your life that day and you cross paths, say thank you and acknowledge it and then move on. And watch how you start to say thank you a lot more than you ever thought you had to, because you become more aware of your own abilities, your own intuitive abilities, your own knowing. So it's a beautiful, strong week for messages to come in, but also the realization that those messages are coming in and they're coming in all the time. And you open up your ears this week, or you can. I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to do anything that the energy says. I'm just telling you the best way to maneuver through the energy. It's up to you on what you do with the energy. But this is a beautiful time to grow your awareness of just how intuitive you truly already are, that you already have that connection. That's already a part of you. And so you are going on to the next level or phase of your development when it comes to your own spirituality. For health and well-being, we have the Hermit. So this is a very strong indication that we need collectively to just back it up a little bit and think about how we are going about our daily lives, our routine. We need to understand where we are putting energy, where we are not putting energy, where we need to put energy, where we have been ignoring putting our energy in certain areas we needed to. This could be our work habits. This could be our play habits. If you're work all the time, that's just going to dissipate your energy. You need to recharge, you need to refuel, and the easiest way to do that is with laughter, with joy. So find things that make you laugh. Find things that you find joy and passion in. Raise your energy, raise your vibration. But with the hermit here, the hermit is one that goes into the cave, goes into the desert, and taps into intuition, taps into wisdom, and looks at, and in this area we are looking at our well-being, our health. And where are we really dropping the ball in our lives? Where are we really not taking care of ourselves? Do we need more exercise or a more disciplined exercise routine? Do we need to eat healthier? Do we need to get a little bit more sleep each day? Do we need to go with the flow a little bit more and not get caught up into the energy that dissipates us, the anger or the greed or the jealousy or somebody cut you off at the lights first thing in the morning and you're still carrying it by the end of the day. And so everything, energy snowballs. So if you allow a thought to linger, they probably didn't even notice that they cut you off, but it ruined your whole day because it just made it slowly get worse and worse and worse. So where are you putting your energy? Are you being positive? Are you being negative? Are you allowing things to get underneath your skin and just drive you nuts? Are you allowing to go more with the flow and see how that energy works out? To know that when it comes time for your action, your involvement, that you are going to have the right words, that you've given it to your subconscious to work on, so that when that comes time, it's there. That's what happens when you go to sleep at night. You go to sleep, well, you've tossed and turned because you've got an assignment due tomorrow, or you've got to have this conversation, you don't want to have it, or this happened yesterday, so what's the mood going to be like when I walk in the next day? And then you finally fall asleep and your subconscious can finally take over, match it up to all your life experiences and pop out the right answer. You wake up in the morning and go, oh, why didn't I think of that last night? I could have got a lot more sleep. So it is allowing a faith in yourself that you're going to have the right answers for the things that are out of your control at the present time. So where are you putting your energy when it comes to health and well-being? And we all need to check on this. So meditation, prayer, grounding yourself, reflection, okay? Turn off the TV and the computer and the cell phones and get yourself in a quiet spot. And just sit with your thoughts or sit with your breath and ground yourself. Set time aside so you reflect on things, so that when you go to sleep, your mind doesn't trigger to what is worrying you, what is stressing you out, where there is fear, where there is anxiety, where there is chaos. Let's get a Journey of Love card. Dream a little. 51. 5 plus 1 is 6. That's the paternal love. 51. Dream a little. Well, this one's very short. The poem, I think, is longer than the description. From unexpected meetings, we talked and shared our lifetime. A gentle, peaceful, quiet time, reflected in our smile. We winged our way to distant places and walked along remembered faces. Oh, lives we knew, we lived some time before. And like a bud about to flower, having reached its appointed hour, we watch ourselves begin to open in the warm touch of spring. Now, isn't that wonderful? In where I live, it's going to be spring soon. I'm waiting with bated breath. For some of you, it may be fall. But when it comes to our passions, when it comes to our dreams, when it comes to our desires, when it comes to stepping into new path, we are the bud of that flower that is ready to open at that appointed hour. The divine wants to bless you with inspiration, just as a lover would come to the door of the beloved with the spontaneous gift of flowers. So dream a little. Let your imagination wander and wander. What if? What else could be? Breaking down the rigid walls of expectation. Just because something has been does not indicate that it must continue in the same way. So dream a little and receive your spiritual gift. This oracle brings you guidance. A spiritual gift of inspiration is on its way, or has just recently been received. It isn't the flight of fancy. It's a gift from the divine. Receive it and believe in new possibilities. And I just couldn't help giving a little smirk there, because that was the underlying energy, wasn't it? That you're going to get that little what if. What can truly be? What can I really create or step into if I really want to? And then we have Dream a Little telling us that the spiritual gift of inspiration is on its way or has recently been received. So get excited about where you're going. Yes, we need to be very grounded. Yes, we really need to think things through. But this is really a week where we can, when we start to think, we can really step into the possibilities within our mind of what can be, of what to create, of how to go forward in a way that honors us as individuals. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.